What's up, core reporters, and welcome back to my channel. Chris and Kale are fighting yet again. The last time I spoke about this couple or ex whatever they were, what were we talking about? Oh, Chris had claimed that he had bought Christmas presents for the kids and that Kale had taken them away, refused to give the kid or let the kids go home with the presents or something like that. Then it came out, according to Chris, that Kale had called the police on him, accusing him of harassing her by posting subliminal messages about her on social media, yada, yada, yada. Well, now Chris wrote a book about fatherhood and his children and his love for them. And now he's claiming that Kale has been stalking him through his book. Shout out to Teen Mom Shade Room over on Threads. By the way, y'all, I got rid of Twitter. Well, my account is still active, right? So that someone else doesn't take my name, but I don't use Twitter anymore. I'm now on Threads these days. And so I saw on Teen Mom Shade Room, Chris Lopez's message about all of this. And I am just blown away by how these two managed to still be so obsessed with each other all these years later after a non-relationship. Like, geez. Anyway, this is what he had to say. It was a photo of him over Lex's shoulder as Lex is reading the book. And the message reads as follows. If you create something special with your children, like a book, and then give the children their own copies to take home, but then the children return to tell you they never got their books back or haven't even seen them, when you ask the other parent about the books, they avoid your question and give no answer, shaking my head. Would it be safe to assume that parent got rid of those books? It's no coincidence the other parent tried purchasing 5 books, but the order was canceled and refunded due to the fact I wasn't taking orders on the book. They somehow were able to purchase despite me taking the link down. A day later, the police were calling me, claiming that I was harassing and talking about this person online, and that call was my warning. Maybe it's an honest mistake, but I don't think it's fair for children not having access to something created for them. So here's the thing. Have you not learned your lesson, right? The last time you had Christmas gifts for the kids, you tried to bring them home with Kale. Kale allegedly didn't want the kids to keep the gifts at her home. So why don't you just keep the books at your house, right? Like, divorced kids have toys. You know, sometimes they transport them back and forth. Sometimes the toys stay at one house over the other, right? Why can't this just be something that stays at your house? Like, are you trying to taunt her through these things? Like, I don't know. Or were the kids trying to bring it themselves? Because to me, based on what he said in this message, it sounds like he was trying to send them to Kale's house with them, right? In which case, I don't get it. And another thing is, he seems to be complaining that Kale wanted to purchase 5 copies and how she somehow managed to get the 5 copies anyway, despite them not being available, which is, okay, well, if they're not available, why was she able to purchase them, right? Why was the link working or whatever? I don't get that. Yet at the same time, so I don't get it. Do you want her to have the books or not? Right? Like, these two are making my head hard. Let me go ahead and reread this again because I don't get it. Let me put it up here so that you guys can go ahead and read it along with me, because I'm trying to see what the big deal is about this. If you create something special with your children, like a book, and then give the children their own copies to take home, but the children return to you, say they never got their books back or haven't seen them. So give the children their own copies to take home. Do these kids not live with you some of the time? Like, why are you purposely trying to send them to Kale's house if you know that Kale apparently does not like for your things to be in her home? Wouldn't the best thing to be like, okay, keep them here, right? Hey, I got you these books. We have a reading nook in our home. Let's put it in our own personal library. Why are you sending this to Kale's house? That's the thing I don't understand. He didn't say that the kids asked for these things to go to Kale's house. He says, I gave them a copy to send home. Do your children not live with you? Right? We know that they don't live with him full time, just like they don't live with Kale full time. But they live with you some of the time. That is home. What do you mean send home? You know, you're acting like you're giving loot bags to random strangers' children. When you ask the other parent about the books, they avoid your question and give no answer. Would it be safe to assume that parent got rid of those books? So this is the thing. Why would she get rid of these books if you're also claiming that she went out of her way to purchase books? To me, it seems unlikely that the same person who is supposedly stalking you through your books, trying to buy various copies, is also getting rid of your books. You think she's buying them so that she could toss them out? I know she likes to burn money, but this would be something, truly remarkable. I don't get it. I truly do not. So let me continue reading. So now we're finding out that he is purposely sending them over there as if he doesn't have copies of his own at the house, right? Are you trying to get these books to Kale to show her that you're a published author too? And she wants you to F off? And then you're saying she's stealing these books and like getting rid of them, but you're also saying that she bought 5 books? It's no coincidence the other parent tried purchasing 5 books, but the order was canceled and refunded due to the fact I wasn't taking orders on the book. They somehow were able to purchase these despite the link down. So she's going out of her way to purchase these books, yet simultaneously throwing out free versions of this book that she so desperately wants. Now the police are calling me, claiming that I was harassing and talking about this person online. And that call was my warning. Well, here's the thing. Kale, has made an entire business out of talking about Chris online. So I do find that part to be ridiculous, that she would go to the police and try to silence him. I feel like what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So if you give yourself permission to talk about somebody constantly, why can't that person talk about you? Right? Maybe it's an honest mistake, but I don't think it's fair for children not having access to something created for them. Honestly, to me, I don't understand how both of these things could be true. I think one of these things has to be a lie, an exaggeration, or a misunderstanding. And y'all know I'm not even like a Kale fan like that, but I am a fan of the truth and honesty. And just based off of what it is that he is reporting on his own, the story just does not really make any logical sense to me personally. However, my co-reporters, that's you, are very intelligent people who I'm sure are probably going to be able to explain this to me in a way that, helps me to see it in a different way. If you guys are seeing this in a different way, please do not hesitate to explain to me, why I could potentially be wrong about this entire ordeal or about this entire situation. Because again, my head is kind of turning, trying to decipher what the problem could be. To me personally, if I am dying to get my hands on something, if I'm trying to stalk my ex, I would be thrilled if he sent, someone over with a free copy of the thing that I was ready to buy 5 times over, right? I wouldn't throw it out. I'd be like, damn, now I've got 6 copies of this. Anyway, we're all different. And like I said, you guys are really, really smart. So maybe there's something I'm missing here or something I wasn't reading correctly. And in which case, I do trust you guys. I trust your judgment, and I trust you guys to point it out to me. Okay, you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Happy Monday, y'all. Bye.